Now that I've then cried for God knows how long, and then I decided to go to sleep for a while because that always makes me feel a little better. So, okay, I think I need some encouragement, and I think that somebody else out there, if you're still with me, might need some encouragement too. And this book, I haven't read it, like, for some reason, it was like on my mind for some reason, and so I decided to buy it. It's called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. Simple ways to keep the little things from taking over your life. Okay, and I just closed my eyes and put my thumbs on the pages and then just opened it up. So it's opened up to the page that it opened up to. So this isn't in any particular one that I picked. I just went like this. And okay, so I'm going to read 40 and 41. So 40 is, when in doubt, I might get to that later. Okay, when in doubt about whose turn it is to take out the trash, go ahead and take it out. If we're not careful, it's easy to become resentful about all the responsibilities of daily living. Once in a very low mood, I figured out that on an average day, I do over 1,000 different things. Of course, when I'm in a better mood, the number is significantly lower. As I think about it, it's astounding to me how easy it is for me to remember all the chores that I do, as well as all the other responsibilities that I take care of. But at the same time, it's easy for me to forget all the things that my wife does on a daily basis. How convenient. It's really difficult to become a contented person if you're keeping score of all you do. Keeping track only discourages you by cluttering your mind with who's doing what, who's doing more, and so forth. If you want to know the truth about it, this is the epitome of small stuff. It will bring you far more joy to your life to know that you have done your part and someone else in your family has one less thing to do than it will to worry and fret over whose turn it is to take out the trash. The strongest argument against this strategy is the concern that you'll be taken advantage of. This mistake is similar to believing it's important that you're right. Most of the time, it's not important that you're right, and neither is it important if you take out the trash. If you take the trash out a few more times than your spouse or housemate. Making things like garbage less relevant in your life will undoubtedly free up more time and energy for truly important things. Okay. My nose is running. Okay. 41. Avoid weatherproofing. The idea of weatherproofing as it pertains to peaceful living is a metaphor to explain one of our most neurotic, ungrateful tendencies. It comes from a friend of mine, Dr. George Pransky. Just as we can weatherproof a home for the winter by looking for cracks, leaks, and imperfections, we can also weatherproof our relationships, even our lives, by doing the very same thing. Essentially, weatherproofing means that you are on the careful lookout for what needs to be fixed or repaired. In finding the cracks and flaws of life and either trying to fix them or at least point them out to others. Not only does this tendency alienate you from other people, it makes you feel bad too. It encourages you to think about what's wrong with everything and everyone, what you don't like. So rather than appreciating our relationships and our lives, weatherproofing encourages us to end up thinking that life isn't all it's cracked up to be. Nothing is ever good enough the way it is. In our relationships, weatherproofing typically plays itself out like this. You meet someone and all is well. You are attracted to his or her appearance, personality, intellect, sense of humor, or some combination of these traits. Initially, you not only approve of your differences with this person, you actually appreciate them. You might even be attracted to the person, in part because of how different you are. You have different opinions, preferences, tastes, and priorities. After a while, however, you begin to notice little quirks about your new partner, in parentheses, or friend, teacher, whoever, that you feel could be improved upon. You bring it to their attention. You might say, you sure have a tendency to be late. Or, I've noticed you don't read very much. The point is, you've begun what inevitably turns into a way of life, looking for and thinking about what you don't like about someone or something that isn't quite right. Obviously, an occasional comment, constructive criticism, or helpful guidance isn't cause for alarm. I have to say, however, that in the course of working with hundreds of couples over the years, I've met very few people who didn't feel that they were weatherproofed at times by their partner. Occasional harmless comments have an insidious tendency to become a way of looking at life. When you're weatherproofing another human being, it says nothing about them, but it does define you as someone who needs to be critical. Whether you have a tendency to weatherproof your relationships, certain aspects of your life, or both, what you need to do is write off weatherproofing as a bad idea. As the habit creeps into your thinking, catch yourself and seal your lips. The less often you weatherproof your partner or your friends, the more you'll notice how super your life really is. Okay, so that's all for this video. And so, thank you.